Just so that you can run a check. How do you know if witchcraft oppression is touching your life in one way or the other? Whether you are saved or not. How do you know? Many symptoms. You know it is witchcraft if you can no longer control it. When you have lost control, it means a demon spirit has now joined hand. And when that happens, when lust or immorality is the expression of the oppressions of witchcraft, you realize you can't help it. And from the USA was preaching. A brother was trying to interpret for him. And the brother interpreting was trying to interpret, but was not doing it very well. He was struggling so bad that the local people were hardly getting what the American was saying. So when I saw that this American man needs translation, an interpreter, and even though there is something like interpretation, it's not good enough. So you know what I did? I stood up and I went to the stage and I, patted the brother and I said, please let me give you a helping hand. And then he handed over the microphone to me. Went back to take his seat. And I asked the people to clap for him as he took his seat. And then I took over from him. That's what happens. When you start doing something evil, because you are flesh, your expertise is not that serious. After a while, the spirit that is responsible for that thing in darkness will see that, is this what you are trying to do? Is this what you are trying to do? You are not doing it very well. And it's for this kind of thing that I exist. You want to lie. I am called a lying spirit. See the way you are struggling to lie. Then that lying spirit, because he sees that you are trying to lie, if you do it long enough, you will attract the lying spirit. And then the spirit will now come, say, let me help you. Once the spirit takes over from there, spirits are not gentlemen. They don't play by the rules. Once that spirit takes over, you start lying compulsively. That means you no longer have control over when to lie and when not to lie. It's the same thing with immorality. It's the same thing with masturbation. It's the same thing with pornography. It's the same thing with addictions. You start on your own. It's the same thing with drunkenness. You start on your own. And if you do it long enough, it becomes an advertisement. The spirit responsible for it in darkness will come and take over to help you. How do you know it is witchcraft? Inexplicable failure. You are brilliant, but if you go into the exam, if you stand before an interviewer, you suddenly go blank. When you come out, you remember everything you should have said that you didn't say. Acute forgetfulness. There's a level of forgetfulness that is caused by witchcraft manipulation. I call it acute. That is forgetfulness that has no cure. You forget. Sometimes you even forget your own name. There is chronic procrastination. That's the reason why some people are where they are. You have an opportunity that God placed before you that can change your life. There's a deadline. You are not doing anything. Sometimes witchcraft operations, they manifest as delay. Delay in getting admission, delay in marriage, delay in having children. All kinds of delays can be caused by witchcraft spirit. Sometimes people have unexplainable, irrational fear. Sometimes it is moving objects in the bodies of people. Something is always moving. Sometimes it's like there's cobweb all around your body, and there is no medical solution to it. These many times are symptoms that a witchcraft operation is being projected at your life. Sometimes people suffer losses, unreasonable, unexplainable losses. And those losses sometimes can be business. Anything can be working until you join. Or sometimes you misplace things inexplicably. Like in this house, you misplace things anyhow, valuable things. Sometimes it is forgetfulness. There are all kinds of ways that the spirit of witchcraft projects in the lives of people. But you know what? Jesus does not only have power to forgive sins, he does not only have power to heal, he also has power to silence the sitters. Jesus will deal with your sin, he will deal with your sickness, and he will deal with your sitters. If you believe it, shout Jesus.